All right, guys, I'm about ready to do some reloading for the 204, and I'm switching gears here a little bit, getting away from the Predators, the type stuff, you know, the cheap brass, and breaking out this Nosler brass that I got a couple months ago. And, you know, this is basically going to be for, you know, woodchucks over the summer here. Just trying to work something up for G. This is going to become her kind of gun here going forward. So I need to get something going for it. But I thought what I would do is I would take a closer look at this Nosler brass. So this is the Nosler Premium brass line. So it says it's fully prepped and ready to load. And what they're claiming here is the case mouths are chamfered and deburred. It's visually inspected and weighed, and the flash holes are deburred as well. So what I thought I'd do is I'd take some fully prepped brass. This is actually a piece of Hornady brass. Get some measurements on it and then compare it. So let's just do that. So I got this guy zeroed out. See what our overall case length is here. So I trim them at 1.840, so 40. All right. Let's see where some of these guys land. It's like a 37. Let's try this one. Looks like a 36.5, 37. Looks like a 39. Looks like a 38. All right, so they're all really close. And that's probably good enough for, you know, what I'm doing here anyways, just kind of breaking this in. One thing I did notice with these guys is some of the necks are a little bit banged around. If I can get that to focus. Can't really get it to focus. Anyway, some of these necks are kind of banged around. It's really hard to see. So they're not round, is what I'm getting at. But I'm gonna at least neck size. I mean, I'd recommend that for anything. You know, you pick up a new piece of brass, at least get your neck tension right. It's a pretty big knob. So you zero this guy out. Let's check the head space or the shoulder position on these guys. So let's see what we got here on my fully prepped case here. We got 3, 5, 5, 5. Okay. 55. See what this one is. Looks like a 52. See what this guy is. 52. 52, 51, 75, something like that. Let's try another one. 52. All right. Well, I mean, overall, it's really consistent. It's different than what than what my gun needs. So I guess the point I'm trying to make here is, you know, even though it's fully prepped and ready to load, it doesn't mean it's totally ready for your gun. Actually, if you look across the mouths of these things, I wonder why this thing won't focus. It's not like they've been trimmed. There's it's sparkly, right? There's little digs in it. So, yeah, we'll just, it'll be good enough to, you know, get some initial work done. What we'll do is, I'll just neck size these, and I'm not going to trim them because they're already short, but work up some lows with these 40 grains, and we're just looking for velocity mode. See what we can get on a chronograph today. All right. All right, guys. Well, the range trip didn't really work out like I had hoped. There was a ton of people there. It's probably the busiest I've ever seen the range, which is good. I'm glad to see people out, enjoying, their firearms and out having fun. I got to shoot the breeze with a bunch of people too. It was great. But um, I wasn't for a couple of reasons. I didn't put the phone out there. I didn't want the phone getting nailed. And the other thing was there was some mag dumping going on there and some brakes and things. So it would have made for kind of a miserable video to watch. But anyways, I did get to the range. And I wanted to review the shots that were taken here and kind of these groups and stuff. I'm not too interested in the group size, so I don't have them measured. I really don't care. I'm just looking for velocity node. But let's just go over kind of what I took to the range and what I run here. So I was using, these again are 40 grain Bergers with 8208 XBR for the charge, for the powder. And I started at 25.5 grains of that, and then I increased up to 27 in 0.3 grain increments. So just my starting load here of 25.5, my average velocity was 35.15, right? My extreme spread or range was 45. So going up from there, we went to 36.80, 172 on the spread, 37.22, spread of 223, right? 36.80, spread of 77, 36.43, range of 188, 37.25, and a 154 there. So terrible extreme spreads or ranges in these guys. They're all over the place. So I didn't get a very strong signal in terms of a velocity node. And, these ranges are terrible, right? 223, 172, that's nuts, right? 188, which, I mean, in my experience, the smaller case volumes tend to be a little bit more sensitive, right? At least for me. I don't know, maybe other people have cracked the code and I just haven't figured it out yet. But for instance, my 243s, I get single digit, extreme spreads on those guys. My 223, this 204, I'm in the 20s, right? When I get, kind of tuned in, I just can't seem to kind of get under, 15 to 20 on my spread. So I don't know. I'm still working on it. But really what I'm going to this is extreme, right? What I think I'm going to blame this on, or I'm going to attribute this to, is the new brass. Okay. So this was first fired brass, this brass that I bought, fully prepped and ready to load. Does not mean it's ready. It's not good enough is basically what that means. So I think what I'm going to do, this was 6 cards plus 3 for sighters here, 21 shots. I'm going to take the rest of these guys and just probably put some 32 grain, Hornady VMAXs or some trash that I don't normally shoot, and some old powder, and just fire form the brass. I'm just going to work this brass just like this was Hornady or Winchester or whatever, just to get it right, and kind of see if we can and then repeat this, see if this can kind of come back down. Now, I'm a little disappointed because this is 21 shots I just basically wasted, and I only got 100 of these. Okay, I've only got 1 box of these, and I keep hoping that I'm going to come across these things on a website and be able to get more of these 40 grain Bergers, but I'm struggling to find them. So maybe by next week here or whenever, if something doesn't show up, I might have to do a little development with like a Nosler 40 grain or a 39 SBK something. But anyways, I wanted to kind of share, the results from this little load thing here. And honestly, nothing against this brass. I really like it. It's nice, right? It's really good quality. But I don't know if I'd spend the extra money for the premium. I think I'll just get the regular stuff next time, and I have to fire form it and do everything to it anyways. So there's no real advantage for me, right, to run that. So anyways, the other thing is I'm still making videos. I've been away for a while. I'm just so busy with work and hunting and stuff. But going to be making more videos. G is all excited about this summer. We're going to go out and plug some groundhogs here. So there's a lot more coming. All right. Stay tuned. Thanks a lot, guys.